There was a problem, small and neat. It sat politely near his seat. A simple fix, a turning screw, a thing that one could calmly do. The gnome looked down, then looked again, then reached for tools and then for 10. If something works, he softly said, it clearly needs improvement instead. The dragon sighed, a practice sound that echoed warmly all around. You said that phrase, it gently warned, before the last three things transformed. But gears were turning, plans were drawn. The quiet problem now long gone. In place of calm, a humming stack of slight adjustments bolted back. And sparks arrived, as sparks will do, invited or uninvited through. The tavern leaned, the kettle spun, the problem now outnumbered one. Raise the gears and let it spin. If it works, rebuild again. Fix the fix and test the test. Some ideas don't like to rest. Turn it once, then turn it twice. At a wheel, ignore advice. If it hums, you're halfway there. If it shakes, adjust with flair. The dragon watched with careful eyes as structure shifted into surprise. Perhaps it said, we let it be. The gnome replied, that's phase 3. Phase 3? Yes! What phase is this? A pre-adjustment analysis, which loosely meant as things progressed, no part remained as it had been dressed. The table moved, the floor agreed. The lantern flickered out of need, and somewhere in the layered sound, the original problem was not found. Raise the gears and let it spin. If it works, rebuild again. Fix the fix and test the test. Some ideas don't like to rest. Turn it once, then turn it twice. At a wheel, ignore advice. If it hums, you're halfway there. If it shakes, adjust with flair. Raise the gears. If it works, rebuild again. At last it slowed, the noise grew thin. The gnome stepped back, admiring grin. The dragon paused, the tavern stayed. What was the problem? It gently said. The gnome looked down, then up, then wide. It seems he smiled. We've improved the idea. Dragon cleared its throat with care, a measured pause, a steady stare. I've come, it said, to reorganize the way I handle fire supplies. The gnome looked up from gears and springs, half attached to several things. Reorganize, he softly said, that's rarely where your thoughts have led. The dragon nodded, calm, precise. I've calculated heat and price. Each flame I breathe, each spark I lend, now follow structure start to end. A scroll appeared, then two, then more, unrolling halfway across the floor, through chair and boot and polished seam and into someone else's tea. Each ignition must be logged and signed, each ember tracked, each flare defined. No more guessing, wild or free. This is measured dragonry. The gnome just smiled a knowing grin.
Oh, you've installed the system then?
The dragon puffed a careful flame, a framework, yes, it has a name. Light it slow and mark it clear. Every flame is written here. Sign the spark before it flies. Nothing burns without replies. Stamp it, fold it, make it known. Fire is no longer thrown. If it glows, it must be trapped. Every ember countersigned and stacked. A small device was set in place with ticking gears and polished face. It clicked with every breath released, then printed forms in triplicate at least. The dragon worked with focused grace, a structured calm, a careful pace. While sparks behaved at first just fine, aligned with every dotted line. But flames, as ever, have their say. They twist, they leap, they slip away. A flicker danced beyond the chart, a curl of smoke with too much heart. The gnome leaned in, adjusting still. Perhaps we scale the system's will. The dragon paused mid-calculated breath. This may exceed projected depth. Another spark, another sheet,
Another form for rising heat.
the scrolls grew tall, the ink ran wide. The system struggled to decide. Light it slow and mark it clear. Every flame is written here. Light it slow and mark it clear. Every flame is written here. At last it settled small and neat, a single documented heat. The dragon smiled, composed once more. All outputs now are tracked and stored. The gnome looked round at paper trails, at gears, at charts, at careful scales, then softly said with quiet cheer, we've organized the chaos here. The dragon nodded satisfied, though one small ember slipped aside. And somewhere in the lantern light, it signed itself and took to flight. Started small, as most things do, a point of view, then maybe two. The gnome proposed a clever tweak. The dragon paused, let's not this week. It's stable now, the dragon said. No sparks, no smoke, no risk ahead. The gnome just smiled beneath his hat. That's exactly why we improve that. A gentle tap upon the wood, a quiet shift where none had stood. The table creaked, then leaned, then stayed, as if it had a point to make. The dragon blinked, the gnome stood still. Did the furniture just disagree? The table knocked once firm and clear, a wooden voice now somehow near. Not quite has views to use. The gnome leaned close, intrigued, amused, a structural opinion infused. The dragon frowned, then leaned away. I think it wants a say. Another knock, a subtle tilt, a gentle protest finally built. The cups all slid, a careful inch, as if the table chose to flinch. Well said, the gnome, we must include its stance in all we now conclude. You're adding voices, dragon said, to objects we just used instead. But logic bent, as logic will, when gears and thoughts refuse to still. And soon the room was not just theirs, but shared with legs and joints and chairs. Raise a point and take a side. Hey! Settled into calm, the dragon sighed, the gnome took note. And what exactly did it vote? The gnome just smiled, serene, content. It seems it wanted reinforcement. A careful thought, a simple this, a turn, a twist, a measured start, a quiet work of thoughtful art. The gnome adjusted something small, a dial, a switch, not much at all. The dragon leaned and softly said, let's not improve what's stable instead. It's barely changed, the gnome replied, one tiny shift, one slight divide. The spark arrived before the end of that particular sentence trend. It flickered once, then twice, then bright, a dancing, curious kind of light. It skipped along the polished frame as if invited to the game. Make a plan and hold it tight. Watch it shift before it's right. Turn it once and hope it stays. Sparks don't follow careful ways. Build it clean and build it fast. Nothing simple ever lasts. If it hums, you're almost there. If it sparks, adjust with care. The dragon stepped a careful pace, that spark did not respect its place. The gnome just nodded calmly pleased, it's testing how the system breathes. Another flick, a brighter streak, a louder hum beneath the peak. The table slid, the lantern swung, a note of chaos softly sung. Contain it now, the dragon said, I am. The gnome replied instead, which loosely meant as things evolved, containment had not been resolved. The sparks grew bold and oddly neat, arranging heat and careful beat. A pattern formed, then broke, then spread, exactly as the dragon said. Make a plan and hold it tight. Make a plan and hold it tight. Don't Just with care. Just take care. At last it slowed, the glow grew thin, the spark returned to where it'd been. The gnome stepped back with quiet pride, a minor shift he then implied. The dragon stared, then calmly spoke. That plan was briefly on fire. They'd been here once, they both agreed, which should have been a stronger land, toward not repeating what had been a very structured form of spin. The boiler hummed a steady sound, warm brass and pressure all around. The gnome leaned in with quiet cheer. I think we've learned from last time here. The dragon paused, then slowly said, that is not what the evidence said. A coin was placed, a line was drawn, a quiet bed was settled on. One small adjustment, Gnome declared, with far more care than last time shared. The dragon watched with careful sight. That sentence did not reassure me. Place a bet and mark it clear. We've done this once, we're wiser here. Turn it slow and keep it tight. Surely this time goes just right. Count the turns and watch the gauge. Keep it calm and keep it staged. If it holds, we've proved it true. If it doesn't, round two. If it doesn't, round two. Turn, not much to slight, a careful nudge, a measured right. The boiler breathed, then hummed, then sighed, then added something not applied. The needle rose, then paused, then stayed, then rose again, though none had made. Another move, another shift, another reason for the lift. The dragon leaned just out of range, that pressure curve is rearranged. The gnome just smiled, adjusting still, it's learning how to match the will. Whose will? The system's. That's worse. Started with a subtle shift, a tilt that seemed a careful drift. The gnome stood still, then slightly turned. That wasn't how the brim was worn. The dragon blinked, then leaned in slow. Your hat just moved, you felt that though. The gnome adjusted out of habit. It does that when I think, perhaps. But then it tugged, a gentle pull, a motion far too purposeful. The brim dipped low, then angled right, as if correcting line of sight. The dragon stared, then softly said, your hat just disagreed again. Tip it left or tip it right, even hats can choose to fight. Hold it still or let it slide, some ideas won't just hide. If it shifts, it might have cause, even cloth can set its laws. If it fits, it may decide not to sit, but to guide. The gnome removed it slowly, calm and placed placed it down upon his arm. It stayed a moment still and neat, then turned itself to face the heat. A quiet glow along the seam, a flicker not quite fully seen. The dragon stepped at careful pace, that had just filed a formal case. A case? Yes, structured quite precise. I think it's citing poor advice. The gnome just smiled, intrigued, impressed. My hat has learned to sail for It started small, contained precise, a simple turn, a measured device. The gnome adjusted one small gear, a minor change he stated clear. The dragon leaned already tense, that phrase has lost its innocence. The gear responded soft at first, a hum that gently grew, then burst into a rhythm slightly more than what the system held before. Another gear aligned in place, then added one without a trace, then two, then three, then later tight, each turning faster than was right. Turn it once, it multiplies, every system amplifies. Hold it steady, keep it clean, watch it grow beyond the scene. Gear on gear and loop on loop, nothing ever stays in groove. If it spins, it wants to climb. Escalation loves its time. The gnome leaned in, composed, impressed. It's optimizing its own process. The dragon stepped a careful span that is not within the plan. The structure grew but not with grace. It built itself in layered pace, a system feeding into more, a loop that asked for further core. Perhaps the dragon said quite still, we reduce the system's will. The gnome just smiled, adjusting, yet we haven't reached the peak just yet. Turn it once, it multiplies. Turn it once, it multiplies, every system amplifies. Hold it steady, keep it clean, watch it grow beyond the scene. Gear on gear and loop on loop, nothing ever stays in groove. If it spins, it wants to climb. Escalation loves its time. The dragon stood a little tall, and this time I will lead it all. The gnome looked up, then stepped aside with calm. I'll let you be the guide. A moment passed, then something new, a structured plan, a clear review. A steady pace, a careful line, a process almost well designed. The dragon moved with measured grace, each step defined, each action placed. The tavern held, the gears behaved, the system worked, the outcome saved. Take control and hold it tight, guide the motion, set it right. Step by step and keep it clear, nothing breaks when rules are here. Plan it clean and plan it slow, let the structure gently grow. If it holds, then we can say order found a quiet way. The gnome just watched, impressed, amused, a system properly infused. The dragon nodded, calm, composed, at last a structure fully closed. Then one small spark, not large, not loud, a flicker soft but far too proud. It slipped between the careful seams and questioned all the steady schemes. The dragon paused, the gnome leaned in. Would you like assistance now? Take control and hold it tight. Motion, set it right, step by step and keep it clear. Nothing breaks when rules are here. undone, but not as clean as it begun. The dragon sighed, then softly said, "Control is temporarily led." The gnome just nodded, warm and bright. "You held it well, for quite some time." It started calm, a perfect state, a balanced hum, a steady rate. No sparks, no shifts, no signs of strain, a system free from fault or gain. The gnome looked round and softly said, "It seems we've reached a stable thread." The dragon paused and slowly breathed, "That sentence makes me deeply uneasy." A flicker small, almost unseen, a shift within the in-between. A sound not loud, but not quite right. A subtle change in steady light. Hold it still and let it stay. Calm can slowly slip away. If it's quiet, listen close. Stillness hides what matters most. Watch the line and trust the flow. Things can change before you know. If it holds, don't turn away. That's when systems tend to sway. The gnome leaned in, adjusting slight. A minor shift, it should be right. The dragon stepped, a careful pace. That phrase has never helped this place. The system hummed and dipped and rose, then did something no one chose. Emotion smooth and slightly bent, then fully self-referent. "Ah," said the gnome, "it's learning form. It's leaving form." The dragon warned. Hold it still and let it stay. Calm can slowly slip away. If it's quiet, listen close. Stillness hides what matters most. Watch the line and trust the flow. Things can change before you know. If it holds, don't turn away. That's when systems tend to sway. Broke but not with sound, just something slightly off, unbound. The gnome stepped back, the dragon sighed. We were fine before we tried. The noise had settled soft and low. The gears had slowed their steady flow. The lantern light remained the same, though nothing quite returned again. The gnome sat still, the tools at rest. A quiet pause, perhaps the best. The dragon curled a softened gaze, reflecting on the tangled face. No sparks remain, no shifts to guide. No need to turn or redecide. Just warmth and wood and gentle light, and something almost feeling right. One more round before it ends. madness sometimes works the best. The gnome looked up beneath his brim. We didn't break it, not quite. The dragon smiled a softer tone. We changed it into something known. A pause, a breath, a settled space. No need to push, no need to chase. The tavern held, not as before, but something warmer at its core. One more round before it ends. One more round before it ends. One more round before it ends. The lantern flickered calm and low. The gears released their final glow. The gnome stood up, the dragon near.